We've reached the Final Four of the 2020 Tecmo Bowl National Championship. Nathan Mers is a trigonometry instructor in Glenwood, Iowa, and he enters with a 33-10 tournament record at 7 events in 4 states. In his way is Brad Bell, a 10-time Tecmo Bowl tournament champion who has claimed titles in 7 states. Nate and Brad faced off in the 2016 Houston, Texas and 2018 Rochester, Minnesota championship games. Last year they met in Omaha in the semifinal. Brad won all 3 meetings, but today Nate looks to flip the script. Today's matchup will feature Brad with Eric Dickerson and the Colts ball control offense. Nate will guide Joe Montana in the high-powered 49ers attack, with the winner advancing to the Tecmo Bowl championship game. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this Final Four matchup between Brad Bell and Nate Mers. The matchup is in, it's set. Brad will be controlling the Indianapolis Colts with Eric Dickerson, and Nate will be controlling the high-powered San Francisco offense as player 2. And if you recall earlier, these two guys met in group play. Brad won a closely contested battle with Chicago over Denver 16-10. And these guys have a lot of history. They have met 5 times in tournament play. Brad has won all 5 closely contested games. Nate's coming into this tournament today in 7 events, winning 77% of his games with a 30-9 record all time. On Nate's resume, a couple second place finishes, a couple thirds, a couple fourths, and a fifth. And Brad, on the other hand, comes in 10 tournaments with a 64-1 record heading into today. Finished first place 10 times, second place once. And these two have some history as they fist bump there. They've met twice in championship games, and this is their second meeting in a Final Four as well. Bentley on the return to start the game. Bentley with a big return. Indianapolis with those powerful blockers up front paving the way. So again, to illustrate, this is the 4th time these guys have met late in a tournament elimination stage. Pass 1, Brad hits Brooks on the out route, and he sneaks by Lott for the first down, and they're already past the 50, almost in field goal position, field goal range. Play pick, Dwayne Board, and run 2. Play pick and run 2. Nate showing a little emotion there, a little demonstrative expression there. 3rd and 11 for Brad. Trudeau back and pass 1. Checks down to Brooks. Little cut back on Lott to the 38. Well within Biasucci's range. So Brad will just need to get about 3/4 of the meter for this field goal. Gets all of it. And it's up and through for a 3-0 lead. Little backstory on both these players. Brad has probably played with Indianapolis as much as any of the 12 teams in Tecmo Bowl. Very familiar with them offensively. And Nate has probably used San Francisco more than any other team in Tecmo Bowl. So there will be some offensive familiarity on display with both of these players. Derek Crawford with a huge return. Typically he's not known for his return prowess. Takes it to the 44, but also as player 2. Unexpected return there. Montana hits Craig on the swing pass, picks up 7. Pass 2 again. Hits Craig. Picks up the first down just inside the 40. Brad's base defense with Indianapolis is going to be a lot of pass 1. Pass 1 there is a play pick. When Brad calls pass 1 on defense, it puts Dwayne Bickett, controlled by the computer, on Jerry Rice, excuse me. And so with Jerry Rice covered going deep, it forces Nate to have to work the underneath routes. So Brad, in effect, will be playing a bend but don't break defense there. John Hand slides down the line of scrimmage and tackles Roger Craig for virtually no gain there. 3rd and 9. And so both players look at ease on the camera, but there is a lot of stress involved in this matchup. Montana throwing to Wilson. Oh, looked like it was going to be picked off. It was what appeared to be such an egregious interception that Nate ran his receiver back the other way for a moment until he realized it wasn't an interception. Craig from the top hash mark picks up 4 on the run to the bottom side against John Hand. Pass 1 play pick. 3rd and 6. And as we talked about this in the broadcast, some of the more inexperienced players would be slow to identify a play pick and they would get sacked, lose 3, 4, 5 yards. These guys are not going to do that. They'll be getting back to the line of scrimmage. Pitch to Craig, picks up, looks like 3 on the carry. It's 4th and 1. As you saw with these guys earlier in their first matchup in group play, they were not against going for 4th down attempts. So I think we'll see some of that. I see a competitor, Ben Schwartz. He has finished his semifinal game. So he's in to spectate to see who he will take on in the championship game. Ben winning 20-0 over Mark Peters with New York over Cleveland. Big down here for San Francisco. Trailing by 3. Conversion here would be monumental for Nate. Pitch to Craig. He's going to get the first down. Nate's pumped up. If Brad calls run 1 there, he leaves himself open to some big yardage in the passing game, so it's a tough spot there. Pass 1, going to hit Rice on the out route inside the 5. Nate's really taking it to him on this drive. Players are deliberating their calls here as Nate's figuring out what he's going to do. Pass 1, everyone's open. Hits Rice underneath on the out route in the sideline near the sideline of the end zone. Touchdown. Brad does not have a viable extra point blocker here. He uses Dwayne Bickett, but not going to get that extra point. Bickett, however, can block field goal attempts from the 30-yard line and beyond, so that might play a factor later on in this game. Bentley gets taken down at the 24, and Indy will take over on offense there. So we've seen run 2 and pass 2 out of Brad so far. Pass 1 here for Indy. Brad rolls down, throws the... Oh, Ronnie Lott. Nate cheated up with Ronnie Lott, expecting the pass underneath to Eric Dickerson. Matt Booza with a couple moves. Some jukes on Ronnie Lott. Got the Booza bomb. And Brad is down. Definitely in field goal range. Big mistake by Nate there, trying to jump that route. Nate's sitting in that run 2 call with Dwayne Board. And out route to Brooks. Gonna make 3rd and 1 here. Playbook is open. You can see Nate slapping his leg there. Definitely irritated that he gave up that big pass play. Got a play pick here on pass 1. And contemplating sending out the field goal unit, but looks like he's going to go for it. You can see a grimace on Nate's face. Probably wanted Brad to settle for the field goal here. Nate's got his play call in for San Francisco. Some play calls in for Brad with Indy. Pass 1. And Brad sits in the pocket with Trudeau. Works around, cycles down to Pat Beach. Took a few steps down towards Pat Beach. Drew that computer-controlled defender away from him. And completes it for the easy conversions. 1st and goal from the 6. So, and Nate was in that run 2 call with Dwayne Board. Brad went run 1 with Indy and had a host of unblocked defenders to deal with. Pass 1 again. Hits Dickerson on that wheel route. Gets it to 3rd and 1. So Indy doing what they do best. Methodical offense, slowly moving downfield. What happened on the big play where Nate surrendered that big play, 3rd and 1 here, we'll pick up that analysis here shortly. Got him on run 2, switched to Michael Carter. And a run 2 call. Wanted some speed up front against the pass. So we're back to 4th down. The players are deep in thought about what they want to call here. So calls in for Indianapolis. And Nate's thinking he's 1 play away from a monumental stop here. Here we go, 4th and 1. Oh, it's a play pick on pass 1. Nate showing off the emotion there. Stymies Indy at the goal line. Huge stop for San Francisco. Now if they can just get out of their own end zone without incurring a safety here. 30 seconds to go. Nate possibly has time. If he can put together engineer a drive here, he could get into field goal range. Not likely though. Pitch to Craig. Oh, a nice cutback move. Gets out to the 4. He'll have a little bit of breathing room. Brad's probably just going to sit in that pass 1 defense here. Try to not give up any big plays. And sure enough, he is in a pass 1. Craig did not come out of the backfield. About 75% of the time on pass 2, Craig will run that wheel route out of the backfield, circle around the middle of the field, but that time he stayed home in the backfield. And Brad, I believe, was in a pass 2 defense there as Nate had everyone open on pass 1 for San Francisco. Gonna just run with Montana here. Definitely does not want to make a mistake and throw an interception at this juncture. At this point, Nate's probably safe if he can't convert to just punt the ball away and get out of the half with a 7-3 lead. Play pick here. 3rd and 6. 11 ticks to go. I have a feeling Nate will be playing it rather safe here. Yep. Takes the sack there. Just didn't want to try to force anything in anywhere that could be intercepted. Didn't want to give Indy 3 free points. Runninger with the punt. It's going to end the half.
Let's go! Let's go!
Nate will be getting the kickoff with San Francisco to start the second half. So Brad and Indy will have their work cut out for them to try to come back from this deficit.
Come on, one time, Crawford. You beautiful, sexy man. Come on, Crawford. How many teams can do the pass?
One of the great things in this matchup with Indy is they can control time of possession. And Crawford, getting a solid return. Out to the 34. Nate was a little bit of blocking help away from really springing that with Crawford. Pass to play pick. 2nd and 10. Big drive here for Nate. If he can go down and establish a substantial drive, get 3 points, put himself in a great position to win. Play pick on pass 2 again. Nate gets Montana back to the line of scrimmage. Craig slithers his way up to the 39, 4th and 4. Had a little cutback and had an opening there, but unable to get the first down.
I don't know. I mean, you could record it from another device like that.
Roniger puts this punt up and lands at the 3. Perfect punt. Great job pinning Indy back deep. You can see in the background that some of our players are starting to file into this stream room. Pass 1. Rolls out. Hits Dickerson across the middle. You'll see Brad will either roll up to the top in that play with Trudeau away from the pressure, or he'll go down and engage the defender, throw him, which he's about to do right here. Buys himself some time. Works through his cycle to hit the open man, which was Pat Beach. So Brad's as skilled as anyone you'll find in Tecmo Bowl at pass 1 with Indianapolis. And pass 2. Sits in the pocket with Trudeau. With Indianapolis, Jack Trudeau has a very weak throwing arm. Throws those high arcing passes, so you really have to have command of the passing offense. You have to know the routes, the timing, and to be able to sit patiently in the pocket, let everything develop, and then find that open man. And Brad's really good at that. Trudeau throws the defender. Hits Beach underneath. Pat Beach. Very slow tight end, but when he catches the ball in that position on the field, usually no one within 5 or so yards of him, he can turn upfield and get a good gain. Dickerson kicks it out to the outside. Nate was most likely in a run 2 call with Dwayne Board. So Dickerson going far side on him from the bottom hash mark. Picks up the first down. And Nate goes bunk bed defense with Ronnie Lott and run 1 there. Effective at shutting down the run. Back to pass 1. And back to Pat Beach. Dickerson was no help there. He stayed in the backfield. Really, Brad needs him to roll out to the middle of the field there in park. It's a lot faster offensive ball carrier than Pat Beach. So, players are in a little momentary timeout. And I see a 4th observer in the background as our other games are wrapping up and players are filing in to watch this semifinal game. So San Francisco getting some magic coverage on that pass 2 call. 2 receivers were covered, so Trudeau with the run up the middle for the first down. Dickerson putting a cutback on Lott. Picks up 7. Haven't seen a lot of successful Dickerson runs. Nate's been keying on Dickerson all game. And there we go. Precisely hits Pat Beach. The top receiver was covered there for Indy going deep. So Brad had to work the underneath routes with Michael Carter, who's very fast, looming. And Dickerson cuts back into the
Like,
teeth of the defense with 3 unblocked defenders there. So he needed to kick that to the outside. Nate again sitting in that run 2 defensive call, choosing Dwayne Board, doing that strong side run with Dwayne Board. And hits him with yet another run 2. So field goal attempt coming up here.
Step up huge, D.
Early fourth quarter.
Step up huge, D.
It's going to pull it within 1.76. So Brad's got plenty of time. He can stop San Francisco, get the ball back, and go down for that game-winning field goal.
oh, damn it.
Oh,
Game.
Brad shanks the kickoff, and Nate's going to take this to... He's still on his feet. Crawford to the 46-yard line. Oh, a colossal mistake. Brad slaps his knee. You can tell he's very disappointed with that. So in this situation, San Francisco is a couple first downs away from hitting a field goal, which would ice it. Nate's walking around there. He obviously knows the gravity of the situation and what's at stake here. He's finding himself in a great position to take out Brad here in the semifinal game and get to the championship. Minute 11, plenty of time. Craig picks up, it looks like 4 yards on that run from the bottom hash marks. That was a good first play for San Francisco. 2nd and 6. Ooh, play pick on the run 1 call. Really risky move by Brad. 3rd and 7. Nate just needs about 5 yards here to make a good 4th down. Montana back to pass. Oh, he's sacked. Brad jumps up, excited. Sacked by Donnell Thompson. He had Craig coming out of the backfield, and I think he just hesitated a moment trying to hit him. And 4th and 10. Not really in a position that he can go for this, so he's most likely going to have to punt the ball back to Brad and Indy, which is kind of a nightmare situation, as Indy, much like San Francisco, in 4-down territory is really hard to stop. Key here will be if Nate can drop this punt inside the 5. Nate physically unhappy with himself there. Might have got too much of that. That's probably in the back of the end zone. Here we go. 54 seconds left. Plenty of time for Brad with Indianapolis to get down to field goal range. Nate's going to need some play picks to prevent that from happening. Pass 1. Brad's got targets open. Oh, he's sacked. Huge sack. Brad had executed pass 1 perfectly the previous 5, 6, 7 times he's run that play. Got sacked. He had 4 targets open. Usually that's a 6, 7, 8 yard gain. Back to pass 1. And he's going to hit Dickerson across the middle. Picks up 10 of this, 11 of this back. 3rd and 5, very manageable. Nate was in a run call there, and which meant he had to get back deep with Ronnie Lott to respect the deep ball. And Brad was able to pick him apart underneath. Pass 1 again. This time Brad rolled Trudeau up to the top, away from the pressure, waited till Dickerson stopped, hit him across the middle. Dickerson putting the cutback on Ronnie Lott. It's going to pick up 7. Big run by ED there. So it might be the Eric Dickerson show the rest of the way. 30 seconds left. Brad's about 15 yards from field goal range. Pass one. Out route to Bill Brooks. First down, about the 50. You can see Nate. The pressure, the situation's weighing on him, realizing what he gave up with that sack on his last possession. Brad's about 5 yards from field goal range at this moment. Hits Dickerson on that wheel route inside the 45. 2nd and 3. This would be a very difficult field goal from this distance, but makeable. Pass one, everyone's open. Underneath to Bill Brooks. Now we're getting into chip shot field goal territory for Dean Biasucci. Barring Brad making a mistake here in the passing game or a bunch of play picks pushing him back. Looks like Indianapolis can get a field goal here. Oh, Bill Brooks cuts back on Lott, gets the first down on 2nd down. That was a big play because Indianapolis might be able to run out the clock and kick a field goal as time expires. Play pick here on run 2. 7 seconds to go. Nate's going to need some play picks if he has any shot at giving up this field goal and still getting a kick return opportunity. Pass one, everybody's open. Trudeau's going to run it to the 24-yard line. 3 ticks left. This is going to do it. Pretty much a chip shot for Biasucci here. San Francisco's linebacker position defender is not fast. He's not going to have a shot to block this. Kick is up, and it's good. Brad and Nate exchange a handshake. Brad is moving on to his 12th consecutive championship game. Nate's left at the door, losing in another Final Four matchup. I'd say he's pretty dejected there. So we had a real classic game here. Went down to the wire. And San Francisco had Indy on the ropes with a great shot to take an insurmountable, what would most likely have been an insurmountable 10-6 lead. Unfortunately, a sack on Montana prevented that from happening. And so the stage is set for a rematch of last year's championship game between Ben Schwartz and Brad Bell. Ben won that game last year 10-6 with Dallas over Indy. So we will have to see as the competitors get ready what that matchup will be. So we will be back momentarily with the championship game.